Well, good morning. Is it still? It's still morning. Yeah, 11:30 here Central Time, and you see, the Dr. does continue the war to end all wars. That's right. The movement of stuff has been slow, but
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
can you
Can
dig it?
you dig it?
We don't know where the well, I do know where the vinyl is. You don't know where the vinyl is, but if I turn this way just a skosh, there's the edge of it right there. The edge of it. That's the edge of it. So it's still on its way. There's a lot of moving parts, so things are going slower than I wanted to. But that's okay. It's a war. These things don't happen too quickly. But let's get on to what we've got going today. We've got some unboxings to do. We got a few things that showed up that I'm eager to check out. Some of which are, I do believe, a bit of clothing. You notice I've got my Iron Maiden shirt on. This is one of my new ones that I got. It's reminiscent of the second time that I saw them. And the first time that I went backstage and hung out. This was for the Peace of Mind tour. It was the artwork that I have on the tour book, which I'll go over later on. And it was a great time. It's a fantastic time. I will tell you that story down the line here very soon. In fact, part of that story happens with my friend Nita, who was with me at that show. It was pretty much because of her that we were backstage at that show, and she and I teamed up a little bit on that. So it was really neat, and it's a brief reminder of our friend Alan, who passed away it's a little while ago, a few years ago. So by now, I guess it's been a few years. Might have only been a couple, but anyway. I have that, and then so let's take a look at this. I have a feeling this is something inspired by my new relationship with my grandson, and I found this shirt was really inexpensive out there. So this goes along with the dragon theme that I'm doing with them, and it was pretty cool. So I thought it would be fun. Look at that. It's a nice blue. And then at the bottom, there she is. The dragon lady. I thought that was really, really cool. Thought I'd add it to my collection. I'm gonna have lots of shirts that'll have to go to somebody when all is said and done, right? Then I think I mentioned about these DVDs. Let's see which one this one is. See what we've got. Ah, yes. The Blu-ray Beverly Hills Cop 3 movie collection. So I'm going to look forward to watching the third one, because I've watched the first two already, and look forward to watching that. In fact, that reminds me, I'm wondering if it's that third one. It's kind of strange. Rat was in one of those films, not the band members themselves, but their video. Not unlike Guns N' Roses, when they were in one of the Deadpool, the movie the movie The Deadpool by with Dirty Harry. Anyway, oh God, I'm losing it here. Here is this 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray DVD digital. It's everything for Escape from LA. There you go. You know what? Wow, look at that. It took a little ding there. Look at that. Just goes kind of looks like my thumb or my pinky from when I was a kid. What's up, Drew? It is like magic. Hey, I am getting a good workout, man. I'll tell you what. Look at this. See this? These are towers that I built from old speaker cabinets, right? So they're still full of vinyl, but see that's what I was talking about the other day, where I use that and I just and you can move it by yourself. Now, whether or not my lower back tells me that I can continue to do that, that's another thing. But maybe I'll take you a quick tour of this before, and we can disassemble it together today. But anyway, let's open this thing up and take a look, because the case is bent. That doesn't make me thrilled, but geez, I don't know. Maybe I should tell them I need a replacement. This case is broken. Let's just see what it looks like on the inside. Quality, right? It doesn't always follow the packaging. Awesome blue dragon shirt. Flight of Dragons. Yes, it's good education on Dragon's lore. Thank you. That book is on its way. I found a really good deal on a hardback version of Flight of Dragons. If anybody out there, if you've never seen Flight of Dragons, it is available on Blu-ray. The book is out there as well. It's a cool storyline that marries science and fantasy. So it talks about all of that and kind of how they can go together and how to explain stuff, right? But it's a great thing, especially with how the debates are getting bigger and bigger, and it almost seems to split people, which is the sad part. That's really the sad part, is how people start getting pushed apart because they have to be on this side or that side. I mean, it is true, pick a side. However, there is a way that this stuff fits together. And I think that's really where we need to start having a better understanding. We don't have to agree on everything. That's fine. I get that. But you can have a better understanding instead of pushing back at each other and saying, oh, no, it's no. There is one begat the other, right? It depends on your belief on everything. But one begets the other. It's just the way it is. If you have this belief, you have to understand that there are things that it is created or formed. Both are science. It's the timeline and the way it starts. That's the question. But it doesn't have to be something that pushes us apart. That's all I'm saying. But Flight of Dragons, check it out. It's a lot of fun. That rope really, yeah, it does. It's the, like I say, it's one of the karate belts. So I'm thinking about investing in a couple more if I can find them. I've never even looked them up. You ever done? When's the last time that you were on Amazon or an ordering service, whatever you want to use? Amazon is the way of most of the world right now. But what is the last thing that you thought of that you're like, oh, I wonder if they have that on? And you go there to check it out, and you're like, oh, either you do end up ordering it because it's relatively inexpensive, or you're like, screw it, I'm not paying that much for it. So I have a code, which I don't know if it's good anymore. I would assume that it is because this is relatively new. So we got the code, and then we have, okay, well, the discs seem to be okay on the inside. Everything's still tucked into its space, but look at that, $10.99. You get the DVD. That's what this is here on the top, the 4K, right? And then you get the, I believe this is probably the Blu-ray and the DVD in the back. Yeah. You get the Blu-ray and the DVD, Blu-ray. Blue for Blu-ray. So how about that? Yeah, 4K is usually black. I guess that's kind of how they're coding it these days. Blue for Blu-ray and gray for DVD. But a nice broken case. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. We'll find out. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice for $10.99. So boom, boom, bang. That's all three of those. So everything's moving along fine. I just have to map out some things in the back because I'm trying to decide. I have a big table back there. The big table is 43 inches off of the wall when you put it against the wall. So it's going to come way out. Casey, how are you, my brother? Great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, get notifications. Let us know. The more there are of those, I've been noticing the numbers. I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, come on, we got lots of things we can do. But I can't get them if we don't have the numbers, right? But it's going to come off the wall 43 inches. I'm debating. I thought about, well, maybe I don't need that big of a craft table out here. And I hate to lose the table, but I may have to because it just takes up a lot of space. I don't know if I can use it in the garage as a spot, but I think I'm just going to have to get rid of it. Just too big to be used for anything else. So we'll see what happens. It's up in the air. And I don't really want to use my craft area in another part of the basement because it's just it can get messy. You know how craft areas are. They're not built for public spaces, right? So we'll see what happens. But that's the state of where we are right now. In the meantime, we'll see. This stuff's going to be moving. So to take you on a quick tour of what we've got up here, this was a figure that was given to me recently by a friend who was like, this came up, and look, at even if you turn it, I could just chop down trees. So anyway, yeah, he saw this and thought I needed to have it. It's not really truly, I mean, I guess it is. Yeah, it is. Anyway. So he saw that Thor and thought I needed to have it, and which I do. I think I do. It'll be great for the grandkids. This is a piece that I've purchased multiple times, because I've gotten great deals on it, and so if it's not $1 million, I just think this artwork, this piece from which it was taken, I really like it. I have others of these, just a few. I don't try to get too much, but I do have a Captain America, I have a Black Panther, and I have an Iron Fist. If they'd had a Shang-Chi, I'd have gotten that one too, but I don't know if they have that in these Infinity pieces, but nonetheless, I saw that. I love it. It's great. And then we have, this is the classic Thor figurine for the Funko Pops. It also has the piece on the inside that's the pin here on the inside. So it's even, it's painted to be very much like the Jack Kirby style. And it's really neat. Instead of just relying on a silver helmet to reflect like it should, they just painted it on there. Thought that was pretty cool. And then this is a piece that I got from my friend Guy, of course. This is the little Viking piece, and it's wooden. It's really, really cute. How cute is that? It's cute and fuzzy. Hello, fuzzy. So really neat. I got to keep that always on hand. And then this is one of the glasses that I got at the gas station that's made from the horns, right? It's the antler cup. It's got a little design on it. It's pretty cool. That was such a deal that I found. Of course, this is one of the horn mugs from which we can drink. I'm just drinking from a can though today. But it was so inexpensive. These things were crazy. They were like, I don't know, 70% off or whatever it was. So we'll get this whole thing cleared off. This is actually a little stress ball figure. I was going to actually give that to my friend. I'll have to pass that on to them today or soon. And then this is one of the coolest cards I have ever received. This cute little wood Viking. Yeah, isn't it great? And look at this. It goes right along with it. This is from my friend Susan from when she went up to, I think she went to Iceland. And it's just awesome. Look at this. It's a birthday card. So you have this on the front, and then you open it. And look at that. Is that killer or what? I need to take like a great panoramic shot of this. And then I need to animate it. I need to take photos and animate it for my channel. That would be great. Be great. You know what I mean? Look at that. It's got the dragon head and everything. It's so cool. It just couldn't get any better on a card. It's like amazing. We got some various lights to take out of here. We've got these little, gotta love these little light discs. Have you guys seen these? You can get them at the dollar store. They don't cost $1 because it's no longer the dollar store. They should call the dollar store Five Below. They should call Five Below 10 Below. And this is something that may show up on the show later, animated. The Viking kitty cat. It's regularly just a kitty cat, just like my cat Mal. And then the Viking helmet, which somebody, I don't know, somebody gave it to us. I don't know where, I can't remember who gave it to us. But anyway, there's a friend of mine that I started working with who's just great with video stuff and production. And he uses, oh man, I can't remember what it is, a panda, a stuffed panda in a lot of his stuff. So it's Panda Sub is what it is. And so he uses that. And I was like, dude, how'd you do that? So they should do. I'm sure that there probably really are out there, but I mean, it's going to be hard for me personally to beat that Viking ship. I mean, that just is outstanding. Outstanding. And then of course we've got the hammer. So I need to start using this for just a light workout. It's got a nice weight to it. It's just to figure out what it is that would work best. Because you can do, simple little things, where you work your forearms, but there's got to be a cool workout, like a kettlebell, it'd be my kettlebell. And then of course it's got its cool base, which is got a little weight to it as well. So it's nice. Then we've got this awesome Thor sign, which is, I do believe that this is it looks like a John Buscema, but it's somewhere between I think it is a John Buscema piece. And probably from when I think he did a good stretch. I could be completely wrong. I should look it up, but I think he did a stretch of Thor comics. And then this is the piece from which this piece came. Also, this is done by Slappy Marsden, and this was done mainly for Papa Pete, because he was going to be doing an ice trek video, which you can go out and check out Papa Pete's channel, and he has an ice trek video out there. So do check that out. But he did this, and then Papa Pete put it on his TeePublic, and you can purchase this out there on a t-shirt or on a mug, or like this. I ordered this printed piece so I could frame it and put it up, because I have such an affection for the artwork that Slappy puts together. It's just really amazing stuff. And then of course the vinyl, which I need to put back in the collection. Once we're going to have, I want to ask a question, whether or not you guys, I think there's a lot of things that you guys enjoy that I've done here, especially you folks that are here all the time, that are chatting in. But a while back I had all this new vinyl, and I think I had multiple laser discs to put into my collection. So I did the video where I got those put in. I can't remember what I called it. The vinyl integration. So if you guys are interested in that vinyl integration, I'm really close to, I have to do that again. So if you guys were interested in that and enjoyed that, let me know and we'll do it again. And then I have my Dokken vinyl, which was the autographed Dokken stuff. that I have, the vinyl that was still sitting up there. Now I don't have this one yet, but hopefully I can get George to sign that, and I need to get George to sign this one too. I remember when. Let's take just a second, shall we? Here was a couple of. I know I made mention recently of the Bon Jovi television program that I watched. I enjoyed it. It was good. It wasn't too repetitive, but the thing was, again, 4 episodes of that show, and each episode was it was considerably long. It wasn't like, oh, they're 30 to 40 minutes. No, they were long. So there was plenty of time to talk about certain things. And one of the things that I really couldn't believe that they didn't mention it is on that first Bon Jovi record where David Bryan was credited as David Russbaum. So I just thought that was an interesting thought that they might have mentioned, because if people go back and buy those, I don't know if they've altered it on newer versions, but if they haven't, then people will go, oh, that's not David Bryan, but it looks like David Bryan. So I just thought that was a little interesting tidbit. And then also I mentioned, I think, that they didn't talk anything about their songs that were on soundtracks, like The Cowboy Way, when they had Good Guys Don't Always Wear White, and why can't I say it? Edge of a Broken Heart, which was on Disorderlies. But that's like this with the, being called David Russbaum, or, whatever, when this first album by Dokken came out, and it was neat to see Juan Crosier on bass right there, who would end up, speaking of which, in Rat. Oddly enough, I can't believe I just mentioned Rat, and there it was. Now, this one, when this album came out, this was like ultra hairband look. I mean, I just couldn't even believe it. I mean, when I would love to talk with Mick Brown about this, because it just must have been crazy. I mean, it's a far cry from what it was on the first album. The second album, they teased it even a little more, but this third album, oof, I was like, wow. I just could hardly believe it. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm sure that they would agree. If you want to do yourself a favor, if you want to see something fun, I should have put a link down below. Maybe I'll include that later, but be sure. I'm sorry. I'm taking these drinks and it's throwing me off. Just punch in Monsters of Rock and then put in MTV 88. Let's see what comes up. Yes, MTV 1988 Monsters of Rock special, Van Halen, Dokken, Scorpions, Metallica, Kingdom Come. Watch that, and in there's an interview with Mick Brown in there, where it's hilarious, because he's just talking about the insanity of making music videos. And I won't even ruin it for you, but that's just what he's talking about. So it's fun. But yeah, just put in Monsters of Rock, MTV. This is, I'll tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? I'm going to copy this and we're going to paste it right in down below here. So you can see that. There you go. And remember, when you watch this, that my cousin, I'm sorry, my cousin, to get to my wedding, he gave up tickets for that show. So just bear that in mind, all the way back in 88. So, Rat has an interesting history. Yeah, they do. They do. They've had, that they had a few years there where everything stayed, the same and everything. Music videos are in dimensions all their own. They really are. some are so well grounded, and others just are not. They are ridiculous. And that's kind of what Bon Jovi was talking about. He talks about making videos in that show. Moving along here, we have this little skull piece from Cozumel my wife got for me, and I think you should be able to do you put like the incense. You can put your weed in there, but you put your incense in here, and then it all come out the eyes, and ooh, it looks really cool. So maybe someday, but I don't know if I don't know if I'm a fan of incense and how it smells. Incense and peppermints, though, maybe. Here are some figurines that I purchased from a gentleman here in town. These were his, and I gave two of them away to my kids because they needed to have them. But I got this one and Star Fox. So those were cool. I love these amiibos. They're neat. But I don't have to collect too many of them. If they had certain ones, I would certainly get them. And then we have some of our Funko Pops, like Eddie Van Halen from the 1984 tour. Pretty cool. Love it. Now, this one, I'm getting ready. This is why I'm doing this war to end all wars, so I have my spaces in which to do things. And in this case, I'm wondering if maybe I'll think about that later. In this case, this is one of these where it comes with this stand, and the stand goes in the back. Well, this fell over and it snapped right there. And so I don't know if you can see this. You probably won't be able to, but right here in his back, you'll see right there. That's where it connects. So I'm going to see about getting a small drill bit and going, because I cannot get this little piece out of his back. I've tried. And so I will drill a hole there and see if I can drill a hole in here, and then just put a piece of wire in there and glue it. So we'll see if I can get it back together. Fortunately, I have two more of these, so not a big deal. And then we have, of course, Angus. That's where the beef is. It's right there. Yeah, I love it. What do you say? Mm-hmm. I need to do some cool animations with these. I'd like to get into animation stuff. I'd like to do a lot of things. We'll find out when I die how many of those things I ended up doing. There we go. Another one of these pucks. I love these because you can stand these up on them. So there you go, the live after death Eddie. So we're going to start getting into those. I should have held off on that for a second. Let's go back to this end and start clearing. Rob Halford from way back. That's like way back. This is like British Steel time. Hellbent for Leather, British Steel. That's what this one is, and I love it. Let's see. Yeah. And this was for the 50th anniversary of Judas Priest. That's what this marked. And it was really cool too that they brought that one out specifically because I had just gotten that picture that I showed you from Niels Lozauer of him at that time frame. Hello, what was that? Oh, that was the disc. That's what that was. And there you go, Bon Scott. There's certain ones of these that that kind of are important to me to get, and Bon Scott was definitely a cool one to get. I wonder if they're, you know what? Yeah, I guess they probably do. I guess maybe I should look into a Brian Johnson one. And here we have one of the best album covers of all time, Whipped Cream and Other Delights by Herb Alpert, with a lovely model on the front. And here we go. The rest is Maiden. We have Knights of the Dead, Eddie. There you go. From that Book of Souls time frame. There we go. And we have Somewhere in Time. Loved seeing that tour. That was a great tour. Star Fox is your fave. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I love Star Fox. I think it's a great design. Yeah. I got to figure out. I hope the spaces are going to work out. There you go. There's a seventh son of a seventh son, where he's disembodied. There you go. There's a picture. Which I remember hearing that album for the first time. I do have a couple of these. So there you go. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now you'll notice we're kind of going back in time as we go. There you go. The Big Power Slave with the album cover. They had a really good price on this one, so I got it. And it was really, really cool. Love it. There's some other things that have been coming out with that artwork. Some of these shirts that they're selling, there's a brand new one that is Power Slavish and really, really cool. So there's a ton of these Maiden shirts out there. Check them out. We got to watch it because here we go. This one that goes next to then Peace of Mind, one of my all-time favorites. I had it. I bought the album, and then I went to a stereo shop to buy a turntable with my grandfather, and there was a radio station there, and they were like, yeah, we have some free albums if you want to check them out, and you can take one. So I found Peace of Mind. I took it. I don't know where it went. I may have given it away. I don't know, but it's disappeared nonetheless. And then there you go, Number of the Beast. This one actually, Number of the Beast, comes with, you'll notice it comes with a little devil figure in it too. So let's get to the picture. So there's your picture. So it comes with it. This one, I believe, as of yesterday, was only $12 on Amazon right now. So maybe I should double check that for you. Let's see what it's got. Eddie. Funko. Let's see what happens here. All right, so now it's 15 again. I guess it's back up to 15. The Knights of the Dead is $10.94, so about $11. The Somewhere in Time is $10.69. So these prices are still pretty good on a lot of these. Woof, that one's gone up. Oh boy. They had that Eddie Van Halen, the first one, is up to it's $45 right now, right up about there. Let's see, the first Eddie, is that what it looks like? Yeah, the first Eddie from the first album we'll get to here is $11.95. What did I say? Knights of the Dead? Didn't I say that one right off the bat? I thought I did. No, they have a 4-pack of these. They have the Live After Death, Seventh Son, Night of the Dead, and Somewhere in Time. You can get all 4 of those. And they say glow in the dark. I guess these are probably all glow in the dark. You can get the box set for $33. Not bad. Whoop. Yeah. 1984 Eddie Van Halen, though, is $30 right now. I need to look up Brian Johnson and see what they've got for that, right? The Iron Maiden Number of the Beast is $15. Yeah, I think I mentioned that already. What else do we have? Let's see. First Eddie. Then they have the Knights of the Dead for $12.95. Here we go. Killers. Let's show that one. The only one I don't have, and I wonder if I should order it. There you go. There's Killers. I don't know if that's, I should get back to the thing so I can see if it's showing you. There you go. It's Killers. And that's what it looks like there. the second album there and the first album. Look at that. It's all bare. Yeah, it's bare like aspirin. But yeah, there's the first album. I love it. All that artwork by Derek Riggs in the early days. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Oh no, you gave away your peace of mind. I don't know that I did. That's the only thing that I can think, is that maybe I gave it to my brother, or I don't know. I wouldn't have really gotten rid of it. I don't know where it went. It's definitely, I'm saying it's part of the Mava case. That extra copy is. I still have my original copy that I bought. And what a great album. That's a thing where you have your music inspiring those things that you end up loving, like getting into literature or movies, or both, like Where Eagles Dare from that album, Peace of Mind. What a great way to start that album. And what a great way to start your new drummer on an album, right? Because I saw Number of the Beast tour, which was Clive Burr's last on drums, and it was Bruce's first tour. So how cool was that? I was very excited that happened. And then to be able to see them for Peace of Mind and meet them, and you know, and that's when this happened. So, and then to meet them subsequently on the Power Slave tour too was just really, really cool. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. I like the record. It's a great record, but yeah, it's a great record. I should listen to that one today. I know Blake keeps mentioning about doing this deep dive on Maiden. We'll have to see how and when that happens, but I don't want to go through it too quickly either. I think it's worth having some short episodes where we don't need to talk about it all in the whole show, because it can really talk about going off on a tangent. But Seventh Son of a Seventh Son is a great record, but it took me a minute. That's what I will say. It took me a minute because it was in a little bit of a different direction. So, but yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do, is have some short segments about that, and then we can have a compilation piece, right? Because I want it to be kind of precise. I don't want it to just kind of, if we want to have a discussion show about Maiden, that would be great. I wouldn't mind that at all. So, interesting. Each decade. Now that's an interesting thought, because I have some ideas for some other episodes with some friends that I think is really going to be great. I think you're really going to enjoy that. And that would be one of those bands. So thank you for mentioning that, Drew. So that's all of that. And it's now going to shift. So I have to see how I'm going to set this up, and I'll take some pictures and stuff like that, and I'll get those out to you guys. In the meantime, take it easy. I think that's about all I got for today. And we'll definitely keep rolling this, because now today I'm shifting to the upstairs. So I'm going to get a little lunch before my buddy gets here, and we got to start on bathrooms. Yay. I really am excited, and I'm excited to be working on it myself with my friend. I wouldn't be able to do it by myself, because I just, I have a feeling I get in there and tear stuff up and just not know what to do at that point, or I'll fry myself doing electrical work. So I'm not doing any of that. But but I don't know if any of you guys have ever done that stuff, but it's an easy thing if you've done it, which is awesome, which is why I want to learn, which is, why I'm hands-on and I want to do this thing. But also I have to, as Clint Eastwood once said, and I suppose I should leave you with this invitation. And I certainly don't mind, but at least I think I do. Thanks, guys, for being here. The War to End All Wars continues. Be sure to get out there and check out some music. Find something, deep dive into it. See what's something you like. And like I say, like, subscribe, get your notification button hit. And we will see you guys real soon. Remember, when you leave your house, you're in everybody else's world. They are not in yours. So don't do any road rage. Do you want me to tell you about that? I got in a traffic jam yesterday, right? It's worth this. I think it's worth this. Hold on. So I got in a traffic jam yesterday, and this is what I'm talking about. There was some people that were holding spots, and that's good. I think that's good, because if everybody just keeps cramming up to the front, then it doesn't get integrated and it's too slow, right? Well, this guy pulls up behind me. Well, the emergency vehicle that was in the lane, and the reason that we were getting over, turned off its lights, and then everything was done. So then we could use that lane again. So this guy in this truck flies around me. Well, I start taking off too. Well, okay, just go. Well, then he stops in front of me and sits there. I'm like, go. And then he wouldn't. Then he flipped me off in the mirror. And I'm like, I waved, hi. And then he proceeded to do some really silly shit on the highway. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why, I start to pass because there's room. So I go past, and he swerves over in front of me. So I go to pass over, he swerves over in front of me. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm just laughing because I don't know why people have to go that far. Are you seriously going to endanger yourself, your vehicle? We just passed an accident where people were probably actually hurt. Aren't you just concerned about that? What's the problem here? So I do as I do, and I found the opportunity, so I drove by him. I don't even look at people. I don't need to, especially if they're angry. I don't need to see what else they're going to try to do while, I'm passing them. So I think people get butthurt about that. If they're willing to get butthurt about one thing, they're willing to get butthurt by the fact that you're not looking at them, just yelling something back at them. They almost want that back so they could get madder, and then you don't, and then they still get madder. So you're like, it doesn't matter if I do anything, you're still going to get madder. I don't know. It's a weird thing. That's what I'm talking about. Just remember, we all got to get along, right? And it's not worth endangering yourself, your passenger, the other driver, the vehicle, for crying out loud. These vehicles aren't cheap, and it takes a bunch of your time to try to do all this paperwork, and you don't want to do that. So don't play with cars. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out because that so illustrates what I'm talking about. So just what I'm talking about. But anyway, did I miss one down here? I'm sorry. Yay, bathrooms. Yes. It's to me, I don't, and I get it, Drew. I'm just trying not to use labels anymore. I'm doing my best not to use, you're acting strangely or you're acting weird. We have to remember it's like people are just people, right? I mean, some things that I do are, I don't know, weird. I collect Funko Pops. I don't know. That guy would probably look at me and go, "Why do you have? Yeah. Why would you do that? You're weird." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. Just, it's not hurting anybody. Just fun. It's something that people do. So you know what I'm saying? That's all. Should we play the theme one more time so I can get out and properly? Again, you guys have a great day. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Not to go to the bathroom, but to fix the bathroom. All right? You guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And now that we've illustrated that, maybe I'll start doing recreations of those, huh? Take it easy, guys. We'll see you real soon.